What's good, everyone? Welcome back to a brand new video. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about the pains of being an Amazon employee. I'm going to be talking about some of the worst things about being an Amazon employee and some of the things that just hurt the most. And now I'm going to be talking about 4 things on this video. I might make a part 2 to this video. So if this video hits 75 likes or more, I will do a second one. So leave a like if you want a second one on this video. And yeah, so I'm going to get started straight off with number 1 on one of the biggest pains of being an Amazon employee, and that's mental exhaustion. It is so mentally exhausting being an Amazon employee sometimes. It's just, there's a lot of things that contribute to this. There's several things that contribute to this. I could make an entire video on this specifically, just this one topic, which is mental exhaustion at Amazon, and eventually I will. But before that, I just want to say a couple little things about it. And one is just how boring the job can be. And once you get used to the job, once you've been working at the job for like 6 or 7 months, and even up to like the year mark especially, it just starts to get boring, especially if you've been doing the same role, or even if you've moved to new roles. At the end of the day, the job can get really boring and can become very annoying and just overall very dull. Like, there's nothing new. You're coming in and doing the same thing every day. And once you learn how to do stuff to the point where it's muscle memory, it really starts to take a toll on your mental health, because you're just sitting there and I'm going to use stow as an example. You're just sitting there stowing items all day, and again, you've already learned how to do this to where once you get an item, once you open a box, once you see what's what, you already know how to do things, and it's basically muscle memory. You don't have to think about it. It's like riding a bike or driving. You just don't have to think about what you're doing. You just do it, and eventually that just becomes so boring, and you just sit there all day, and that becomes very mentally exhausting. It also is mentally exhausting when there's stressful things going on, like if they're cross-training you a lot and they have you going everywhere, or if they're making you do a position you don't want to do, or just overall, like maybe you're not getting any work and you're just sitting there super bored, or you are getting like too much work, or maybe the water spider is only giving you big items and giving everyone else small items. Whatever it may be, this job can be very mentally exhausting, and I think that's definitely one of the pains of being an Amazon employee, and one of the cons of being an Amazon employee is just that it can be very mentally exhausting. I don't think I have had a couple jobs that were more mentally exhausting than this, but I think I've had more jobs that were less mentally exhausting than this one. This one has definitely been like one of the more mentally exhausting ones, and maybe that's because I've worked here for nearly 2 years now, or maybe that's just because the job in general is just boring, but that's how I feel about it. And number 2, this one is physical exhaustion. Everyone knows, I don't really have to go into detail on this one, but everyone knows this job can be physically exhausting. If you're doing positions like stow or pick, and you are like maybe fit or very healthy, it shouldn't be too much of a problem. But if you are doing like water spider, or if you're doing dock, and you're doing that 4 days a week, 40 hours, or even during peak when it's MET and you're doing 50 hours, it can get really tough and very mentally exhausting, and just physically exhausting and mentally exhausting too, but very physically exhausting and tiring overall. It sucks a lot, especially when you're working like I said as an example, like the MET days. If you're doing like inbound shipping dock and you're doing 5 days a week, so you're working 50 hours on dock, you get no time to recover. For me personally, when I do dock, it takes a little bit to recover, much more than it does stow or pick. And if you're doing that position and you're doing it for 5 days a week, you're not getting that much time to recover at all, and you're not really having a social life outside of Amazon, which also affects the mental exhaustion as well. I should have mentioned MET, but that also affects the mental exhaustion, but just the physical exhaustion, especially if you're maybe a little bit older, or if you're not fit, or if you're out of shape. I would consider myself to be out of shape, and sometimes this can be a little bit physically exhausting, and it can be very difficult. And yeah, this happens at a lot of warehouses too, but definitely at Amazon it can definitely be physically exhausting. And then number 3 on one of the pains of being an Amazon employee, that's uncertainty. For me, I don't like the uncertainty at Amazon. Like, when I've worked at previous jobs or previous warehouses, I know what I'm getting into when I go in. I know exactly what role I'm going to do. I know how to do it, and I know everything about it. At Amazon, it's uncertainty. You're never sure about what you're gonna do, unless you've only been here for like 6 or 7 months and you've only been trained into one position only. Then you probably don't have this problem yet. But if you've been here for a while and you've been cross-trained to so many different places, you never really know what's gonna happen. You never know if you're gonna come in and do stow. You never know if you're gonna come in and do count. You never know if you're gonna come in and be offered VTO. You never know if they're gonna have you switching around and doing different roles all day long. You never know what's gonna happen. And for me personally, the uncertainty of what you're doing that day, it stresses me out. I'm one of the people that just, I kind of like routine sometimes. Especially when it comes to Amazon, I like my routine. I just want to come in and stow. That's all I want to do. I don't want to do anything else. I don't want them to move my station like 20 times in a day. I don't want them to move me to pack. I don't want them to move me to pick. I don't want them to do all 3 of those or do 5 different positions in one day or asking a water spider. I just want to come and stow. And the uncertainty sometimes, especially when there's weeks where stow is really slow and they're having me do everything else, the uncertainty of what I'm going to do before the shift starts or even during the shift, it really sucks. It stresses me out. And I hate to say it, but it does like mess with my anxiety a little bit, and it sucks a lot. It does make me a little bit anxious. I feel like a little bit on edge, like not knowing when they're going to pull me off my station, and I don't like it. I think the uncertainty of working at Amazon, it's really annoying. It's also the uncertainty of like, am I going to get VTO today? Are they going to do MET this weekend? Is it like, so like let's say you work Saturday and your MET day is on Sunday. You could be at the end of your Saturday shift and then they'll just randomly put VT or MET for Sunday. The uncertainty of never knowing if you're going to work like mandatory overtime, just a lot of different uncertainties at Amazon. And I think this is definitely like one of the pains of being an Amazon employee, because with other jobs, I know what I'm doing and I know what I'm getting myself into. Even with YouTube, I have things planned out. I run things on my own. I know what's going to happen. But with Amazon, things are really uncertain. I think that's definitely a big con and one of the biggest pains of being an Amazon employee. But with number 4, this one is going to hit a lot of you. I know for sure a lot of people can relate to this, and that's just stagnancy. You're just very stagnant at Amazon. You don't get the opportunity. If you're at a new site, you definitely do get more opportunities to move up. But if you've joined a site and the site is a few years old already, maybe like 5 or 4 years old, the truth is they don't really move people up. They start getting people from the outside in and moving them up and putting them into higher positions immediately. For us personally, for us tier 1s, a lot of the time we just stay there and do the same thing forever. And even when you cross train, you still feel stagnant. And for me personally, I don't plan on moving up at Amazon, so it doesn't bother me too much. But for a lot of people, I know that this is one of the cons, is that you just feel stagnant. You feel like there's nothing you could do, there's nowhere to go, and there's no way to better yourself at Amazon. And it doesn't feel like you're climbing the ranks. It just feels like you're staying still and you're just doing that for forever. And like I said, for me personally, this isn't too much of a problem, but I know that this is a pain for a lot of people, and I can completely understand why. You want to go into a job, you want to climb the ranks, you want to get higher raises, you want to get higher wages, you want to, become shift leader or maybe a manager or a PA or AM or OM or anything like that. You want to climb the ranks, and there's a lot of people out there who want to become better and better themselves at their job and prove to their company that, hey, I'm a really great employee, I'm one of the best, and I want to show you guys and I want to be put at the top and prove to you all that I am the best. And with Amazon, for a lot of sites, especially mine specifically too, that's not really an option. And that's a big con and a big pain of working at Amazon, is that you're kind of throwing yourself into a position where you're not going to be able to move up at all pretty much. And like I said, this doesn't happen for all like sites. I've had a lot of people in my comments tell me that their site actually does move people up a lot, but for mine personally, we just pretty much stay stagnant. And another thing too is that I know like a lot of new sites, they're definitely moving people up a lot and moving people around a lot, but that's usually just new sites only for like the first year or two. Especially during that first year, they're cross-training people everywhere and moving people up like crazy. It doesn't happen too often at regular sites though, and sites who have been around for a while. But yeah, that's another like big pain of being an Amazon employee, and there's definitely more that I could do. So let me know down in the comments below if you would like to see another one of these videos. But yeah, with that being said, I'm going to end that there. But before I do end it, I do want to give an Ultra supporter shout out. Thank you so much, Colleen Gunst, for becoming an Ultra supporter. If I butchered your name, I'm so sorry, but thank you so much for becoming an Ultra supporter. I don't know if you saw, but I was streaming when you became an Ultra supporter. You got my live reaction. I don't know if you were watching my stream or anything like that, but thank you so much for becoming an Ultra supporter. For those who don't know what an Ultra supporter is, you're pledging to my channel at $9.99 a month. You can go ahead and click the join button right next to my subscribe button down below. If you're not already subscribed, hit that as well. But you can become a member to the channel, and it doesn't show this on iPhone, by the way. I feel like I should mention that it doesn't show the join button on iPhone. You have to go onto Safari and request desktop site if you want to do that, or just do it on computer. Unfortunately, for like legal reasons, it doesn't do it on iPhone. I don't know why, but yeah, with that that being said, thank you so much, Calling Gus, for becoming Ultra Supporter. I appreciate you so much. And if you want to become an Ultra Supporter, again, hit that join button. Or if you want to become a supporter or a super supporter as well, there's a bunch of perks to becoming them. I have been releasing a lot of exclusive content. I've been releasing like Q&A videos. I've been releasing exclusive Amazon videos that only my supporters see. I've been releasing a lot of exclusive content that only these people will see. So if you want to join in on that, go ahead and hit that join button next to my channel. Check it out on the iPhone Safari if you haven't already. But yeah, I'm going to end this there, guys. Thank you so much for watching this video. Leave a like if you did enjoy it. Subscribe down below if you haven't already. I'm making Amazon content like this weekly, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. I love you all. Peace.